field stabilized. When I turn up the heat, we gotta move.
What is up, guys? Welcome to State of the Game for March 7th, 2013. I'm your host, JP McDaniel. Joining me on the show today is none other than Artosis Cats and Theognis. We've already done this before, so I'm not going to say all the shit that I already said before, but I am going to ask Dan about the single player, since you've been playing it recently and failing at the last level. How are you enjoying it?
It's pretty fun overall. I started on Brutal, and, I think I would have died very few times if I read what I had to do in each mission, because some missions I just start to macro, and it's like, well, you have to save up 6,000 minerals, idiot. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, things like, oh, vultures, I guess those are probably the best unit ever, and then they suck in StarCraft 2. But it's been fun, and I've lost a lot on that final mission, but I figured it out.
Everyone did.
I have figured it out, and I'm going to, right after State of the Game, right at the end, I'm going to turn my stream live and go immediately into it and beat that mission. I'm not moving until I beat that mission. And I have my own style to do it. I'm not going to make a row of planetaries with siege tanks. Fine, I know everyone wants me to do that. It's all they talk about.
No,
I
that's
don't care
the cheap way to do it, man.
No, I got a way.
Here's what you do, Dan. I'll give you the pro strat. What you do is you get to 95%. You pick up everything, put it near the center, and if it doesn't work, you load up the save that you just did at 95%, and you keep doing it until you win. Because that's how I did the first time.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I lost it 99.8 on one of the tries. I was so frustrated. I was frustrated. But
that's rough.
You also, I think, by picking the air, like on the level prior, you know how you could pick land or air.
Oh yeah, if I picked air, this would already be over. That would be so simple. But
no. The air is actually harder. The air one's a lot harder.
What?
Yeah, because no. It's definitely...
I killed the Nitises.
Oh, okay. The ground is much easier.
I know that's way harder.
Yeah.
Like, ground units are stupid. Like, I could kill ground units all day long.
Exactly, yeah.
But air units, man, those broodlings just... They whittle away at everything, man. My little SCVs die, and then even getting SCVs back up there, I wish I could drop pod SCVs up there to build stuff, because that is the most frustrating part of it, is actually getting them up there to make things.
Yep.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to make a bunker and just keep 6 SCVs in it at all times, so I can pop them out and build stuff. Look at that. All right.
Code S, single player.
Anyways, let's...
Enough about the single player. Cats, what have you been up to? Staring off into the sunset over there with your cool shades on.
Yeah, nothing much really. Yeah, it's been pretty boring since part of it. Like I was saying before we started the show, I was just BMing Miley Cyrus on Twitter. So that's
Wait, sounds like a good use of your time.
Why were you BMing Miley Cyrus on Twitter? I actually saw this. What? Why?
I have no idea. TT1 posted a tweet of Miley Cyrus where she was like, "I'm gonna shut everyone up with my new CD or my music." So I was just like, "How mod you are?" And I don't know. The funny thing is, Katy Perry followed me. But it's a fake Katy Perry, but she still has more followers than me.
Because I was about to just go type in, like, something very rude.
Something very rude,
I mean,
Dan.
Let's see. We were working on on a video for the lunch party as Root Gaming.
Yep.
And then, we have small projects here and there and things to take care of like that, but whenever all that's done, I'm just sitting around doing nothing, really, for the rest of the day.
Well, I think me and you had this conversation yesterday. There's one of two things you could do. The first one is play Dungeons & Dragons. Second is play SimCity. Both are very good options.
Or you could watch Artosis struggle against Kerrigan in his never-ending battle against the Zerg.
No, that'll get you globally banned.
They were a thorn in my side in StarCraft 1 and now in StarCraft 2 as well.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been big on watching streams. But right now, I just watch like anything that has Heart of the Swarm. Like I'm kind of like addicted to it, sort of. And it's like if there's any stream that has a little bit of it, I'll be watching it. And then after that, like I'll watch your stream or like roleplay. I watched the whole episode.
Yeah, you were watching all 4 hours or the other day.
Yeah, all 4 hours. Yeah, it was a lot of fun too. I'd never seen anyone play Dungeons and Dragons before. I definitely enjoyed it.
That's good fun. We're gonna get Dan in there one day. He needs to play.
Just make me an NPC and I can be there every week.
It's an NPC.
Non-player character.
Someone that's not actually like played by someone on the show, etc. Anyways, enough talk about that stupid shit. Theognis, what's going on, man? Why don't you kind of introduce yourself to, I guess, the audience of State of the Game for those that don't know who you are?
Okay, I'm Theognis. I'm on Root Gaming. I've been playing StarCraft since like 2003, so I've actually been around for a long time. I recently came back maybe like a year ago after I graduated college, and I've just been playing kind of like full-time recently. And yeah, I'm just trying to make it as like a North American pro gamer, but it's pretty hard.
It is
a lot harder than StarCraft 1 for me.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
That did not do you justice, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce
who Theognis is. Dan, while you do that, I'm going to go kill this water bug. Continue on.
Okay, you do that. Okay, so back in the day, in StarCraft 1 America, which was, by the way, the best country after Korea for many years. There's actually no arguing that, even though some people are like, Poland or Russia. Oh, you kidding me? Our Terrans were way better. It's ridiculous. Anyways, it was, I'm not even joking, we were the second best country after Korea for a long portion of StarCraft 1. And it was very stagnant up at the top because the best players just played all the time. That included people like myself and quite a few others, you know, Frozday and I, and then it switched over to the media crew and stuff. Anyways, we had like no new people ever really rising to the top. They were all really well known. And then suddenly one day there were 2 new players that became top of America as well. And that was Idra and that was Theognis. And they were both complete badasses, qualifying for everything, starting to win everything, little kids beating all these old guys. You know, he could have been huge like Idra already, but he found out about girls is what my guess is, and quit for a little bit. But he's back. And we're going to see good things out of Theognis, so that's who he actually is.
There you go. Thank you.
So that's who Theognis is. See, that's how you have to introduce yourself like that.
Okay, my bad. It's not as epic. My version definitely wasn't as epic, but yeah. Girls are pretty good. But yeah,
yeah, they're all
I just
right,
went to
man.
college.
But StarCraft 2, come on. No comparison.
For sure, for sure.
Especially Heart of the Storm. Widow Mines or girls, come on. You're a Terran player.
Okay, perfect. Now we know everyone on the show and what we're up to. So let's jump into the news. Last week, we didn't break the story, but we went live very, very shortly after the Sir Scoots News Network. Is that what it is? Yeah. They broke the story that IPL 6 was not going to happen. And lo and behold, IPL finally came out and said that it wasn't going to happen a couple days ago. Slasher confirmed it on GameSpot, blah, blah, blah. So IPL 6, dead in the water. We've kind of already talked about it, and so has everyone else. But I just want to reiterate, it sucks. It's not a good thing.
It does suck.
That is not happening. There's not. Maybe MLG is a little bit happy about it, but that's about it. Like, they kind of jumped at the opportunity to immediately throw attention to themselves and are offering tickets for. Maybe that sounds a little bit more negative than it should, but they're offering some type of discount for Dallas tickets for IPL ticket holders. I haven't really been reading the threads at all. Have people had a pretty good time? Not time, but have they been getting their money back for all the flights? Has that been going well, or is there issues with that? Do you guys know?
I have no idea.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, they emailed all the teams that that had before they opened up for standard people to buy the tickets for the open bracket. They emailed teams, and so every team that purchased them, for the most part, got an email saying that that you could purchase it in advance, and then when it was canceled, they got an email saying that give us your information, and it is pretty much implied that there's going to be some sort of refund for the non-refundable flights, like the ones that the airlines won't refund. That's as far as teams go. It sucks for natural people though. Like I was reading on Reddit, and like there's like this guy that has a non-refundable flight from fucking Finland, and like Sunset's flight or had a flight from Australia, and now she has to pay like $1,000 to change it. So for a lot of people, it really sucks.
Now, is the hotel still honoring the reservations that people had? Like they have to, right?
Those are really easy to cancel. There's basically like IPL did release like a way that basically like tells you like if you reserve the hotel, go ahead and like cancel it here or whatever. Well, that's for everyone, not just.
To be honest, like if you can't get your money back with the airline, it's gonna be a hassle. I would just say go to fucking Vegas for a weekend and have more fun than you probably would watching a bunch of nerds play StarCraft in person when you could just watch it on a stream. Like it's fucking Vegas, man. You could have so much fun in that city.
On that same regard, like I was gonna go to IPL, and I was actually gonna be like doing interviews and doing analysis
Content
desk for IPL.
Oh, okay, really?
But like what Total Biscuits in the chat, by the way, he's saying like Cosmopolitan's still honoring the IPL hotel rate.
Yeah,
it's pretty cheap, and there's a lot of people still going. Like for example, I don't know if I'll be going, but my flight is non-refundable, so.
Right.
If I don't go, no one's
just
gonna
go,
use
man.
it. So what I was trying to ask IPL is if there was any way to, get a tiny budget, fucking rent a suite or something, and there's gonna be plenty of talent around that time in Vegas. So if they can't do a big event, I mean maybe some show matches or something like that, in a fucking room or something. I don't know. There has to be something that can be done just of the sheer number of people that are gonna be going to Vegas for.
You could definitely do like get some sort of barcraft going or something at least.
Yeah,
that should be pretty easy.
What else is happening that tournament wise? Is there is GSL gonna be up?
The IPL weekend is, let's see, it's the week after. It's like. Yeah, there's going to be a little. Wait, no, we haven't announced anything. I don't know.
That was a trick question, and I almost got Dan to answer it.
No, I simply don't know if there's going to be anything going on, but there may be.
Well, there you go. Maybe have a barcraft at one of the Cosmo, at the Chandelier Bar inside of the Cosmo.
You'll be able to have a barcraft. If people get together, I think they should be able to find a way to do that.
Yeah, well, it's shitty all around. Especially, I think
it does suck.
Shitty for people that, like you were saying, that have these international flights, or were going to their first big esport event in 2013, et cetera, and who knows what this really, what the future holds for IPL. I think in their press release that they came out and said that they'll be announcing more stuff soon with kind of what's going on with the actual organization. So I don't know if they're being bought, if they're not being bought and it's going to close down or what. Are they still doing their nightly streams? Do you know?
I don't know.
Check right now. If
they were last week.
Anything.
They probably are. I would imagine they're still going to keep up their other content.
Let me look.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm mostly concerned about announcements on the team league because, like, we just
you guys just qualified for it.
Yeah, we made Premier League. It's like
Jesus,
it's a fucking big deal for us. Don't kick us out, please.
Well, they're still doing that thing at South by Southwest, aren't they? I think they are.
Yes,
the Pult
but that's
versus.
Not really. I mean, that's as I understand it, it's more of a kind of like a purchasing IPL's talent crew more so than IPL putting up a big prize pool or anything like that. So
well, it sucks. Hopefully everything's okay with all the people that kind of moved out wherever they were in the U.S. or maybe elsewhere and moved out to San Francisco to work there. That's a really shitty situation, I'm sure, for the majority of people there, and they can't actually say anything publicly. So hopefully everything goes well for you guys, and I hope to see another IPL. Like, no one ever wants to see this shit happen.
No, it's terrible, but just one like complete side, almost unrelated note. Something I'm passionate in a very angry way about.
What's that?
Airlines are so fucking ridiculous, and like I might one day just go become president of America so that I can slap their asses with restrictions on how terrible they can treat people. Because realistically, they should be able to refund every ticket. They're, no, we can't do it. We're gonna fuck you over every way. And everyone's so used to being fucked over by airlines. They're so used to it. They're just like, yeah, this is non-refundable. Why is it non-refundable? I hate airlines, man. They're so ridiculous. So yeah, that's
you should get your own airline, Dan.
Dude,
Artosis
listen, if I
Airlines.
had an airline...
Look,
I'd
no, here's what you do.
Airline.
Artosis Airlines, and you just tell everyone that you're AA and you steal American Airlines business. That's what you do.
I don't want the business, the American... Oh, my God. I hate airlines, man. They're such pricks.
It's actually true. I sat in a bar at an airport with Artosis, and he just rambles.
It makes me... I fly a lot, man, and they treat you like garbage, and their rules are not fair, and their rules are not logical, and they're a business that has, like... They have control over your rights, like, as a human? What is... I hate the airline industry, man, and I should just one day become president and just take all the airline lobbyists and put them on a boat and then have cruise missiles hit the boat and then just make real laws having to do with airlines and make them play fair, man. God, I hate that.
It varies from airline to airline, too.
Some of these airlines, man, are just... I don't know, it just makes me angry that people can't refund a ticket. You know, it's like, why can't you refund a ticket? Because you bought it on Expedia?
No. It's like most airlines can, or you can cancel it for a fee. I think it's like Continental/United. I think the only ones that you can.
Well, some airlines are actually pretty decent, to be honest. I've had some that have worked with me and stuff, but I've had airlines like screw me over too, and I know how that feels.
Korean Air.
It's terrible.
No, Korean Air is actually like one of the best airlines out there.
Korean Air is one of the best.
Yeah, never.
It really is one of the best.
It has Marines on it.
I've seen some of the meals that they have on the Korean Air.
Yeah,
it's like amazing.
The food's not bad. Yeah.
Some of the mules.
Meals, the food.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude,
he's not saying mules. He's not saying mules.
Yeah, mules.
I was thinking mules because Korean Air has the Marines. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
It would be funny if like the cars that bring down the stairs and shit like are actually like cheap like mules or something like that.
The only thing that Dan hates more than airlines is TSA, I think.
Dude, don't even get me started on those fucking clowns. Oh my God, I have so many stories of those asses. But every now and then you hit nice ones and you're like, whoa, wasn't expecting. Thank you, sir, for treating me like a human.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. That's the thing is they socially train you to like be a dick, and then when they're just being to not say thank you to them, and then when they're being nice, like that doesn't always deserve a thank you. You should expect good service.
Well,
like
that's like that's a cultural thing, I guess, right? But
I guess so.
No, when they're nice, I'm like, thanks, man. You have a good day, because I want to treat people well, and I want people to treat me well, and I want us all to be happy on this earth.
And all they did by being nice was like they didn't push you or they didn't like tell you to take off your belt because you.
Yeah, they were like, sir, get back, sir. Like, oh, I'm sorry. They're like, sir, your shoes. Yeah. They're supposed to be in their own bin. I'm like, I was just at a different airport and they let me put in this bin. They're like, sir, your shoes are supposed to be a different. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyways, let's talk about StarCraft, man. I'm starting to get just furious at the moment.
Yeah, man. Imagine if you're brown on top of that.
Oh. Well, I can't even imagine
bro.
that, man.
Man. Hey, pro, TT1.
Some things have happened to Hey, Pro, man.
Yeah, man. It's like everyone that comes from Peru into the U.S. goes through the
customs.
Through the pretty much, and like there's like an extra place where you go in some airports that has this they check you to make sure that you're not bringing like food or cocaine.
Yeah, I got checked for that when I went out of the country recently, like 3 weeks ago. I was coming back through, and they're like, "Sir, you're gonna have to wait over there." And I was just like joking with the guy at customs. He's being really nice. He's like, "You're gonna have to go wait." Hour later, I almost missed my flight, and someone had the name, I think it was John Daniel, and so that flagged my name, so I had to wait there for an hour, and they checked all of my luggage.
Oh.
Did I ever tell my Pube Scissors story on here? I don't know. I don't want to waste people's time.
I haven't heard this, so no. I've never even heard this ever.
I got pulled into the back room once when I flew into LA from Korea, and they were like asking me the same questions over and over, and I'm like, I'm not gonna trip up. I have like nothing to hide here. He's like, is there anything sharp in your bag, sir? I'm like, well, no. I mean, why would I have something sharp in there? There's like a keyboard and like clothes and like, and the guy went through and my toiletry bag had like little pair of scissors. He's like, what's this? I'm like, oh, sorry, those are my Pube scissors. He's like, I asked you if there's anything sharp. And I'm like, you can like take them if you want. I don't really care.
Oh man. I think the best story about that is when I almost got Wani kicked out of the U.S. I think that's probably the best one.
Well, we'll leave that one for another time.
We'll leave that one for another time. We'll tease that one. Maybe I'll get someone from MLG to tell it. Let's move on. Heart of the Swarm launches next Tuesday. Finally, we'll be able to play the game that... Is anyone, like, Cats and Theognis, and I guess Dan as well, do you guys even care about Wings of Liberty at this point? Like, do you even play Wings of Liberty except if you're playing the single player?
No, I don't play it anymore. I'm excited about Codes still, but that's the only thing I'm excited about with Wings of Liberty now. That's it. That one match should be like, all right, who won the last one? Let's do the new game.
Yeah, ditto that. Yeah, can't play it, can't watch it.
Yeah.
Is that just because it seems like a waste of time, or what's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah.
I actually still play it, so I still play like I play like 6 to 7 hours a day. Which
really? Are you just trying to keep
your
your mechanics up, or?
Yeah, then like I have nothing else to do, so I just kind of keep on playing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still do like coaching on there too, so that takes up a lot of time.
If your team captain has some good ideas of what you can do with your time instead of practice, like spam Miley Cyrus. I mean,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Is there anyone else on like the pro level that's still playing Wings of Liberty that you guys know of? Like,
I have a feeling there's probably a decent amount playing. Just
Sasa, I know plays that. Huck plays.
Yeah. Well, they're probably. I would reckon it's just mechanics, but regardless, some more news came out today from Blizzard on the official US.Battle.net. Some skins that they're going to be showing here for ranking up. So let's see. The dance animations can be unlocked at 10, 15, and 20. Skin become available at 20 and 30. Here are some different animations. I guess this is cool. I don't understand why the Zealot looks completely different in the second one. Maybe they just changed the color. But it becomes a
Terran Zealot. Look at that.
Yeah, he does look a little
Looks
bit
like
Terran.
a Terran Zealot.
Yeah.
Like the Marine. Like, did the Marine become bigger and more cartoony, or did they just enlarge it?
I wonder.
I'm like
yeah,
a little bit
Definitely
confused
looks
about
bigger.
it almost looks like a Marauder with red,
Yeah, it looks.
like more red on
I think
its shoulders.
it's mainly his weapon that changes.
Oh, with the bayonet.
Everything
on
else, I think every image is larger. If you notice, so like the main change is in his weapon. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they just
which
give
is
him
like
like
the
a
Space
sword on
Marine
his
weapon.
gun.
Yeah.
Bayonet. And then the Zerg gets like a weird reptilian fin or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
It's kind of
It
cool.
looks like the
Whoever
Spinosaurus
makes
from like
the-
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Overlord looks so bad too in comparison.
Oh,
to
let me see.
Pylon, but-
Oh,
Can
that
you
looks-
scroll down, JP?
Yeah, I just did. That looks. The pylon actually doesn't really change.
What is?
It's got little wings
Can you
on
link
its head.
that to me? That's not big enough on the stream. Someone link me that. I need to see that. Where
It's
is
in the
that?
show notes.
Someone help me.
in
I don't
the
have the
show
show
notes.
notes.
It's
I linked it
pretty
to you
ugly.
already. There you go, Dan. I made it bigger for you
Where? I don't see it.
on the stream, bro.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It looks all right.
What is with that Overlord? That's like really weird looking.
Yeah,
Does he have a hat on?
I think so. It actually does look like he's wearing a hat.
He has boxing gloves on his boxing gloves.
I'm not sure. The little hair.
They gave the pylon like a ring around it or something.
Something like it's got like more shields on it. I don't know.
Supply
This,
Depot has like.
this
I
is
mean,
kinda
stuff like
cool.
this is good. Why not?
Yeah, it's good.
They-
It'll keep the casuals entertained for sure.
Yeah, that's
You
That's
see
not
this
like a
in
negative thing, by the way. What's up?
no. Yeah.
You see this like in game or?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where
you
else
do.
the fuck would you like?
Is there any way you can like disable that? Because I can see that
Yes,
being like
they
kind
said
of
they said they would
annoying.
do that.
Yeah, I
They
wouldn't.
said
Want,
they
if I
would
was
stay
playing,
with
I wouldn't want to see those, just because I want everything to look the same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, either way, I love the fact that they're doing this kind of thing. I love the fact that they're listening to feedback now for a while. I think that in general, just in general, Blizzard has been doing a really good job over the last 3 to 4 months, in just implementing all the shit that we've been asking for 3 years, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of
for the
people that are
Colossus
like
dance,
negative
Cats?
about it, huh?
Or you've been asking for the Colossus dance or whatever this is? The ghost dance? Look at this. How exciting.
That's a pretty good dance.
Oh, God. This one's... I can't watch that. That makes me cringe. What is this going to be? Oh, the Overlord dance.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Wait, what? This is a Zealot Gungam? Oh, it's a Queen Gungam style. Look at that. That's actually a lot more animation. That must have taken a lot of time to
Yeah.
fucking... to fix that.
Those are pretty awesome dances, actually. I hadn't seen them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. The Immortals are going to it.
I want to start doing
Okay,
these
the
in
Immortal
Pro.
one doesn't make sense. They don't bend like that. No, 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 no.
Oh, the Marauder. Awesome.
Oh, look at that. It does a little disco ball thing.
Oh, I like the disco ball. That's really cute.
That's pretty cool. Pretty awesome.
I want to dance over the SCVs that are running. Like, ha, I didn't waste any energy.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know they were putting those dances in. So I guess, well, how do you guys feel about this leveling system? I mean, it doesn't affect like pro level play or esports or anything like that, but it feels like it's a good incentive for people who don't play StarCraft on a daily basis to play StarCraft on a daily basis. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that,
Goodbye, cats.
I mean, the more active the game is, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Can you
yeah,
get
I
can you
think
get
it's
XP
all-
by playing unranked games? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You get like bonuses if you play with friends and stuff. So
There you go.
it's
I
think it's a great idea. Why not?
Yeah, I do wish that there was achievements that you can only unlock if you get like first in Grandmaster or first in Master and retain it. But like hard to get achievements. Because I would actually like love to wear a portrait that only fucking.
But then it becomes World of
That would be
Warcraft,
cool.
man. Then it becomes like whoever can play the most in a certain amount of time will get X achievement. You know?
No, not if it's like if
If it's
you're first
skill-based?
Grandmaster. It doesn't. Some people it doesn't matter how long you play. You're not going to get that because
Yeah,
ranking's
that's true.
more than you.
Yeah,
Like-
that would be something cool. But in general, I love all the achievements. I love everything, the skins, everything that they've been adding. It's just great for the game,
Yeah.
and it will help a lot with the growth, I think. So
I still
thank you to
think
Blizzard.
I still think the first thing I'll do, I probably won't even touch the multiplayer until I beat the single player next week. Like I just don't see I have nothing to gain from playing the multiplayer. Single player is probably going to be a lot of fun. So I wonder how many pros will. Do you think any pros will play the single player over the multiplayer? Or are they all going to be prepping for Dallas?
I mean, Dallas, there's not that many people going, so
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
I we'll play the campaign and try to beat it as fast, and the other half won't give a shit. I'll be in the second half.
There you go. Well, I think on Sunday I'm flying out to the Heart of the Swarm release party in Irvine. Dan, you're going to the one in France, right?
Yep. I'm leaving after GSL finals. I'm basically going to the airport and
Wait, are GSL finals tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I forgot they were that soon.
yeah, they're coming right up.
Cats with Theognis, are you guys going to attend anything for the
No,
Hots launch?
I'm just kind of staying here. I'm just staying in my room. Not really traveling at all. Yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say it. Yeah, I'm not doing
No,
it.
man, that's awesome. I actually wish I wasn't traveling so I could play
That's
at
good. You get
midnight.
the most practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cats, are you going to be going anywhere
When?
on Sunday for or I guess Monday for the midnight launch? Are you going to any of them?
Oh no, definitely not. No, there isn't any midnight launch parties in Peru, so
Is
yeah,
there
I'll definitely
anything like?
try to play as fast as I can.
Is there a launch in South America at all? Because there's like a bunch of them
Brazil,
around the world.
I think
Brazil.
there might be one in Brazil, maybe.
Mm.
but I don't think it's anything huge. I don't think so. Might be wrong.
Well,
But yeah.
the stream for all that will probably be, I think, the focal point on Monday evening, since they're doing like that 24-hour stream, which we've talked about before, starting in Australia. Dustin Browder's going to be there. I know Moonglade. I think they're going to be doing show matches, and then whatever the fuck they're doing in France with 7 casters and 4 players. It's probably going to be the biggest.
We're doing
one.
all sorts of stuff, man. It's going to be crazy.
The one in North America has got Day 9's and Team Liquid's countdown party going on. Should be a fun week next week at the start with the game coming out. And
that's like, I think it's like an 18-hour show or something. It's going to be crazy.
it's going to be pretty.
There's going to be a lot of good matches in it, too.
It's actually going to be very, very impressive if they pull that off without a hitch. Like switching from all those different time zones and all those different, I guess, events, taking over the feed. Like,
and it's like on the same stream and stuff, so you got to.
It's all on the same. Exactly. That's gonna take some coordination, man. I'll be very impressed if they.
There's got to be something, like some mistakes that happen.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's just way too many people like organize like without a hitch.
It's gonna be really hard. It's apparently that's what Gunrun has been doing. So if it goes off without a hitch,
it's gonna be.
I would
fine.
not be surprised if Gunrun makes that work.
Yeah, if
flawlessly.
someone can pull it off.
But the stream is only like 18 hours, and Gunrun works like 22, so this event's going to be fine.
He's been preparing for this his entire life. Like, it's just going to be another
Gunrun
day.
was meant to make sure this 18-hour launch party goes fine.
Exactly.
He's just going to have like 12 screens in front of him, and he's going to have TeamViewer open on all of them with every computer that's doing anything, and he's going to run it all. Like,
Yeah, but
that
it's gonna
guy
be like
is a wizard.
it's gonna be in like those movies like where the screens are kind of like digital and you just move.
Oh,
like
and he's
Iron
going
Man.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
Minority Report, man.
Yeah, Minority Report.
And he like plugs the matrix cable into his head and goes
Yeah.
and just like goes through the lines and like takes care of it.
He's actually going to be at each event in person because he's doing the Matrix thing into another body that he built earlier this year at each
I
event.
wouldn't be surprised.
We figured it
He
out.
left clones of himself around the world, man.
Yep.
Gunrun.
Exactly.
I've seen him at 2 different events on the same weekend. It's happened. I don't know how he does it.
I don't either.
Anyone that doesn't believe Gunrun is capable of this should just like listen to a short clip of his voice, and if you're not like
Oh no,
enchanted by the
he's
gonna-
the Barry White of StarCraft, man.
Total Biscuit
He's
actually
everything.
has the best.
He is actually the most important person in esports. It's so
Total
funny.
Biscuit has the best analogy here, or I guess metaphor. Gunrun is the architect, and then he quotes, "I've fixed this stream 7 times already, and I've become extremely efficient at it." There you go. He's the
so
architect,
funny.
man. He is the Twitch TV and esports architect. Let's talk about some tournaments.
Xeon is XSplit. He's been
Exactly.
battling it for years.
Exactly. Let's talk about tournaments, and when I say tournaments, I mean the singular one going on right now with IEM. The group play is over, and I guess it's probably best we could just go group by group. I mean, how much have you guys been watching the past couple of nights?
A lot.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot.
I watched an OK amount.
Okay, cool. Let's let me bring it up on Liquipedia, and I'll jump here. If you guys know who started in Group A, feel free. Otherwise, it's
well-
gonna take me a second to bring it up.
Slivko
just bring up
Lucifron was
the-
the first match.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I was actually like incredibly. By the way, from Mining and Control's bets, out of my picks, 5 out of 8 made it.
What did
So,
he get? What did he get?
I don't know. I don't remember what his picks were.
You didn't even look at his. You're like, I beat him.
I doubt he did that well.
I beat
Reddit
him.
says 4 for you and 6 for In Control, actually.
Oh yeah. Look
Well,
at that.
Reddit's full of it, right?
Yeah, look at that, Dan, trying to pull a fast one on me because I didn't fucking read Reddit. You lost.
So,
Yep.
no man. Wait. Yeah, TLO didn't do as well as I thought, and
yeah, he had a.
Yeah, me
Well, I guess Sting didn't actually get top 2, so that's where I didn't get the 5.
Oh, okay.
Harding actually did pretty well. You didn't think he was
Yeah.
going to get top 3, did you?
I didn't know about parting. Like he was up in the air for me. And actually, you know what? That group, Lucifron, I was surprised about that. Did you guys see when Lucifron clicked on the destructible debris or whatever?
Yeah, I
That
saw that
was
line.
the saddest moment because that
Hold
was
on.
a free one, like 9 times
Yeah.
over.
Who was that against?
It was against Slivko. Like people just have to watch it. They actually slowed it down and showed that he actually had the game 1,000,000,000% won the entire time. Like everyone's just like, yeah, this is over. Okay, yeah, it's fine.
I can
And then
pull
he,
up the
like,
bot
just-
of it right here.
he clicked his Reaper onto that stuff at the bottom of the ramp, so it didn't jump and attack that, and the Lings got it, so he lost.
God, why would they make Apollo wear that with that huge lettering? He looks like he's 4 years old, man. What is he doing with that shirt?
That is their worst T-shirt. I will.
That is their worst T-shirt.
I love IEM. That T-shirt is junk.
He looks so little. All right, what match was this in? I want to try to bring this up, Dan.
The Lucifron versus
Yeah.
Six Bulls.
but it's game 3 on Ohana.
Okay, here we go. I can pull it up.
You have to go like way to the end.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
Yeah, it was like the last match.
It's
they
like
played.
the
I
saddest.
just saw it.
Like,
I just saw it.
and the thing, that was so rough for him, man. Because if he has that win, then maybe things go different.
Is
for
this
him. I
it
don't
right
know.
here, where he gets 6
I think so too.
Yeah, like he thinks he walls in all the way with that eBay, and then like the drones go through because he has a hole.
Oh
No one ever
my god!
strategy against Reaper. Like he had the perfect. This is so sad because it was a free win the entire time. Ugh.
Yep.
That was
He
like
he
less than a
actually
1% chance.
right about the fact that like you
Oh, God.
season, you know, he was saying how like Lucifron wasn't really expecting for Slivko to do the drone drill, and he kind of
Yeah.
fell apart a little bit, but he would have
Yeah.
had the game regardless, I think.
He still has the game here, though. He's still
Yes.
100% wins, but here, just fast forward way to the end, JP. Like, go
How long is
forward
the
a minute.
game?
It's like another minute long. But
There's the Reaper on the center.
yeah, no, this is oh man, it's
You guys
such
know
a,
why they like changed it? So like you actually have to like if you just right click it, then you start attacking me.
yeah. Watch this,
It used
watch
to be
this.
like
See,
8
he's
plays.
trying to jump and he clicks, and then he loses the
Oh
Reaper.
my
Built
god!
everything. Like he
Yeah,
can literally
yeah.
lift his buildings and win the game. That
Yeah.
is
The other
most
thing
painful-
also is
Holy shit! I didn't
yeah,
even-
he split the Reapers for no reason as well. If he kept
Yeah.
both like there was no reason to try and micro on two fronts.
No, I think he was like, how many drones does he have at home? Maybe I should send this out. But he overthought it. He,
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, that was I think the deciding moment for Lucifron. Kind of fall apart after that. Finished last in his group. Definitely didn't expect that.
I know. I think everyone was like, this is such a good time
Playing
for
favorite
Lucifer
in that
this
group.
tournament.
That was really. I feel very bad after watching that.
No,
that was hard to watch, man.
that is like the game that you lose on ladder once and you still break your headset.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh my god, that happened. Like this 1 in a billion thing.
Huh.
But that was kind of painful.
So, according to the score, I mean, Younglaw went 10-1. Was he just destroying nerds that day? Who was the only person to go 2-1 with him?
Who took a game off him?
Parting
Oh,
did.
who?
Okay,
Zerg,
that makes
I think.
sense.
Parting.
No, Parting did.
Oh, Parting did? Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
Do,
sense.
Yeah,
do we know how
Young
many
Law-
games? Do we know how many games like Young Hwa's been playing? Because like I watched his games and I didn't see him build like a Mothership Core 1 game. So I think he's been playing just like 100% like wall.
He might have been.
Which
I
is
don't know.
kind
I
of
didn't,
crazy.
I didn't know what his ID was, but Young Hwa is like so intelligent. That's he's gonna make it obviously very, very deep here. He played pretty fantastic. Did we lose Cats?
Yeah, I think so. He's trying to call back or something. Let me just give him a ring.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. Sorry about that. My sound quality was going to shit.
No problem. No problem. Look, Group B and C are great. I want to just skip to Group D because I think MVP last night. I don't. Hopefully, you guys saw this. The rest of them last night was good. Stefano was obviously playing pretty well. He made it through, but MVP was just dominating nerds. Like straight up, his game against Grubby. First game was pretty hardcore
Oh,
domination.
he slapped
Game
him, man.
2
Yeah.
and versus Grubby with the fucking medevac boost. That was some
Well,
incredible
once the
shit,
DTs
dude.
didn't work, Robbie was in some trouble
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, but the exciting part was the fucking that
Yeah.
medevac shit. I'm gonna try to pull it up here because they do have
It
the
was-
mods. It was
was
insane
big.
how fast that was, man.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
like
those medevacs were-
seconds. It was incredible. Adebisi was lost. He didn't even know that it was coming, and he just happened to like go to that part of the screen. They were on the screen for like half a second.
He's like, well, actually, JP. did
No,
this."
no, he was surprised. You could tell. I'm gonna bring it up here in a second, but
Yeah. I thought medevacs were fine until I saw that and I was like, alright,
yeah,
that has to get nerfed. That was like way too strong.
it was insanity. It was insanity. I'll pull it up here. in
But
a
you know,
second.
the thing is, Grubby did take that risk. I mean, DTs aren't as much of a risk as they were, but they got shut down as hard as you
Well,
can shut
he
down.
scanned the first one, right? And then
Yeah,
the
he
turret
scanned
went up
it,
right
and then
afterwards.
the turret was up,
Okay,
and that was it. The DTs did 0, and so now he has this dark shrine that he
okay.
spent all this
Watch
to
this
get
play.
into.
Watch this play. The way that maybe this is purposely observed by Adebisi, but like the way that he captures this medevac boost is so dramatic. Because like you think right here, he's just gonna pull back, right? He doesn't show
It's
anything.
not unfair to call Adebisi the Steven Spielberg of our time.
And then watch this. You don't even see this shit. You're like watching the Protoss units, then in the corner, and then all of a sudden in like a second, it's just right there, and he's already at the base. So fast, man. He put it over that little the thick area of that wall,
Whoa.
so you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Snipes the Nexus, and that's game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that was
it's,
pretty rough. You weren't going to recover from that.
Yep, I actually remember that very moment, and I'm a big fan of Apollo's casting. He's usually on point, but like MVP grabbed everything, dropped everything, killed the Nexus. Apollo was like, MVP is all over the place. I'm like, it's actually just there right now. That's
Yeah.
This I think with that play, this map is actually like obsolete. You can't play.
I
on this
disagree
map?
with that.
Really?
I-
like, how
I
do you
think if
stop
you
that? Was
open
it
with
a
something
fuck up
else-
by Grubby because he didn't go Colossus? Like,
Well, no. I mean,
Oh, he
he
needs
took
blink,
a
I
risk,
think.
man. He went DTs. Like, if you go DTs and they get shut down like that, then someone like MVP is going to slap you. They're going to make you look silly. And it may look imbalanced, but, like, that was the sickest failed DT ever, you know?
yeah.
I can't agree with that then because Archon lost one DT. It wasn't like he plus the Dark Shrine is a lot more expensive, so I would be okay with it doing some damage. But if you go DTs, which are commonly like Terran usually has scans. DT has never been an all-in for Protoss, right? So if going DTs and your DT gets scanned right away, that should not be game over. That should
I don't think it should have been game over. But what was his follow-up here? He just went into a bunch of gateways and stuff, and I mean, I felt like it was not necessarily the number one best follow-up he could have done. I think that if you give this to a player like MC, he doesn't necessarily die to that drop. You know, I think that Grubby's follow-up plan wasn't all that good. Like, I don't think that it's the thing is I've been saying I think the speed boost may be too strong, but by the way, watching it makes the game way more interesting. Just as an observer that was watching these games for fun, it was a lot of fun to watch. But I don't think that Grubby's game plan was correct after the failed DT. So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's a good point.
I think that's
I mean,
a lot
he
more
failed the
fair
DT
to say
hard,
than-
and then he.
Yeah.
The thing is, when
Actually-
those medevacs come out, you do have to turtle like crazy, and they are going to get their third up and everything. But I feel like he was trying too hard to prepare to hit a third with the amount of. I don't know.
I actually
Grubby
think it
didn't have his
is.
best day.
I actually think it is kind of a loss when you open DT because to stop like the medevac boost, I feel like you need to go blink, and since the DT kind of puts you behind, and like if you're
Yeah, like-
going blink after you're like a failed DT, then you're not gonna have the units. Like MVP is just gonna do like a 1A in your front, so like Grubby is kind of forced to go charge there. But since he's going charge, he's very immobile, so he can't really stop like the Doom drops in his main.
Yeah, you like.
So I think he
you
was dead no matter
actually
what.
have to have like. It's a very hard spot after the failed DTs. But like you need feedback or blink or something like that. You can't just.
Could you? Do you think if he would have recalled, if Grubby would have recalled there back to his main Nexus, would that have even saved
He'd
it?
lose too many units during the cooldown. That would have been death.
Yeah.
But the photon overcharge isn't so powerful that it stops more than one medevac, really. I mean, you can kind of screw up two, but when you get 3, 4, 5 medevacs in there, the photon overcharge is like tickling. It's like a sentry guarding your Nexus.
Well, that was my biggest, or I guess the most exciting MVP. This game is just so dominant with the medevacs.
Oh, MVP killed it, man.
Yeah.
He played
Yeah,
Wings
MVP
of Liberty
played
with like
amazing.
a little bit of changes.
Yeah, all he did was play Wings of Liberty with like the medevac boost, and that's it.
Well, to be fair,
the
actually,
Dream.
his TBTs against Dream used all sorts of Wings of Liberty stuff. I mean, hot stuff.
Oh, really? Was that a
Yeah.
pretty good series?
Yeah, it was. It was really good. It was fun.
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. I can bring up the VOD here in a second.
as well. But yeah, I mean, if you don't think Grubby's like follow-up was fine, then I can completely agree with that.
No,
I just don't think the DT should be game over.
Dude, you
like,
have to, for that timing when they come out with when they have 4 medevacs basically, that's the time where you have to buckle yourself in against these new quick medevacs. You actually have to buckle yourself in. I find myself doing things like making cannons at my front, you know, and it's just like, because they can hit anywhere in 2 seconds, and you can't split like you used to.
Yes.
So you can't just rely on random gateway units. You have to either already have Psystorm and feedback, or you have to have gone like a starport opening or something like that, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what, but
yeah, like I watched that game, and like Succeed is a Protoss player that I live with, and he was like saying how like the Muslim does that like almost every game on the NA ladder. The Muslim was probably the highest, or one of the highest rated foreigners by the end of the Heart of the Storm ladder. And he was doing pretty well. He said every game PvT or TVP all he did was Doom drop like every time. So sometimes he would try to metagame it. Like, of course you have observers and everything, but like you said, it's a little bit too quick. And he said like sometimes I would metagame it. He's like the norm would be to have like, you know, 1 or 2 HTs and a couple stalkers up. He's like, I had like 8 stalkers and 4 Templars, and it still manages to drop most of it.
Yeah. No, they're gonna drop a lot, but like the thing is, you need to like hit your feedbacks, and you need to hit a storm, and then you can clean it up. But when you have your whole army in front of your lower nexus, and it's mostly charge lot based, and they have over 4 medevacs, like it's that 4 medevac time, man. Like you have to buckle in, which is actually what Protosses are having trouble with right now. Is like you have to be so buckled in against that you can't take a third, which means that they take your third way ahead of you, and then the macro game becomes really hard. So either you prepare for the macro game and die to that drop, or you defend the drop, and then you're going to be a little bit behind the macro game. But that's where the metagame kind of, I think, is right now. And I don't think it's imbalanced anyways. I'm not trying to say that, but you can't play quite like that, I don't think, in my opinion.
Okay.
Let's talk about MVP Dream, since Artosis, you brought this up. You said he played, do you remember which game it was where he was playing with the Heart of Swarm tactics? Well,
I liked the Akalon Waste game.
Is that
Theognis, did you watch that?
No, that was like 8 a.m. my time, but I saw like all the other games.
Well, the VOD's on right now for that, actually. You can maybe walk him through it.
Yeah, you can watch it now, yeah. But it was cool, man. There was like a lot of drops. This was actually something really funny because I had like a whole gaggle of commentator nerds over my house last couple days. And this is funny. Ready? Someone said this, and it was like a really cute thing, but the Hellbat drops were so powerful, right, that everyone was doing them. And then they got nerfed to hell, and then people remembered Hellion drops still exist. And now we're seeing Hellion drops all the time, man. It's kind of a funny little example, but it's definitely, there was a lot of Hellion drops. There was a lot of Widow Mines moving around and trying to stop said drops. And I was actually surprised to see Dream go like standard bio tank against Hot's mech. Theognis, do you think that's like, do you think you can still go standard bio tank against?
Yeah, I actually think you can. It's really hard, especially like the 10-minute timing where they come out with 2 medevacs, because normally you could defend, like take a quick third TC and then just kind of turtle up. But it's like really hard now because you can't get a quick third TC, so you kind of have to get like 2 factories before you take your third just to get out enough Vikings. But yeah, so it's really hard. You kind of have to turtle on 2 bays for a long time, get your like turrets up and then take a third. And then, you know, like they could just take a really quick third and then like their macro is really out of control. I still think mech is stronger, but it's a lot, you can't be as greedy as you were like in Wings of Liberty.
What makes it that way? That you can't be.
It's just the medevacs, because like even if you have a turret, like they just fly over it with 2 medevacs, and then they drop like 6 marauders, and then you're like, oh shit, I have to like unsiege everything, because it's right at that time where you don't really have all your production up. Yeah. And like your like tanks are kind of trickling out. Obviously, if you get on 3 or 4 bases, like it's way stronger, but just like getting up to there is really hard.
MVP was mixing in like a pretty fair amount of Widow Mines at times. I feel like. Yeah. I'm worried about like mech players that get like good with Widow Mines and good at the timings of when to get those where, I feel like it's going to shut down the harassment of the bio player.
Yeah, it's really weird.
then-
Like I put like mines like on the side of my bases where like people usually drop, and then I see people just like they just like zoom over my like entire army, and then just drop in my main. I'm like, okay, I guess I need like little mines like in my army too. It's like kind of ridiculous sometimes.
Dude, my Oracle path into the Terran base now goes right through the center. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
there's
what the
always mines on the side.
Oh, man.
It's metagame, man. That's shifting.
I know,
That's
man.
funny.
Was this game 2 any good? God, this game goes on for a while.
No, the whole series was really nice. Actually, it was a good series of TVT. I suggest any Terrans out there watch, or anyone that likes TVT, because I think TVT is really cool in Heart of the Swarm. Do you like it better or worse, Theognis, than Wings?
I actually like it better. Like it's a lot. I don't know. It's like more like fast paced, especially with like the medevac drop. So I feel like I'm doing a lot more. I'm multitasking more, and like I guess it just benefits like the multitasking player a lot more. So.
Yeah. There was a Reaper battle.
Was
Go
that just
backwards
it
in
right
time
there?
here. No. There's a Reaper battle earlier on, a couple of them. Just go towards the beginning of the game a little bit more.
Was it
TVT.
before or after the pause?
I don't remember. It's like pretty early on, and they're over near MVP's base.
Okay, I
And,
think
like,
this might be it then.
We actually watched like 4 Reapers to 6 Reapers being micro nonstop against each other, and like they do the exact same things, the same patterns on both sides.
Well, tell me if it's
It's, like,
before or
really-
after this.
I think it was before this. Yeah, it was before this.
Okay, here, this is probably it then, because there it is, natural. We'll let this play for a sec. Just a little aside. You know, IEM's production wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't anything new. But everything they did last night, or the past couple days, except for maybe starting late that first day, was, like, so good. This is actually it, I think, what you were just talking
Yeah,
about. Dan.
watch this. This is crazy. Watch this. Watch this. This is so funny. Ah!
Jesus.
And
It's actually a lot better now.
In a minute, there's a really good micro battle in a minute with.
Oh
even-
my god.
Look at this! It's exactly the same patterns going on.
Yeah.
Look at this.
If that wasn't Wings of Liberty, like all your Reapers would die in like 2 shots. So
Yeah,
it's definitely a really good change, I think.
it's pretty cool.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, anyways, it's a really good series. TVT, I feel like I'm more excited about TVT now watching it.
Yeah, it's probably because it's new, to be honest. Like, it's not the TVT that you've casted a billion fucking times at a GSL final, you know? It's
I guess
something
that's
that's exciting and new, which I think, at least for me personally, I'm really excited about watching all these matches, but also I'm hoping that everyone else will be excited about watching these matches, because I felt like the numbers were... I don't know if this is because it's in the middle of the night for the U.S. or what, but I felt like numbers were down.
It was bad times for US for sure, but they're still like, weren't they were hitting 35K, weren't they, on the viewers?
Yeah, they were
On the
around that
mainstream?
when I went to sleep last night
And
at
then
6.
let's not forget they have it in like 4 or 5 languages, and
And
some of
it's
those
a
streams
weekday.
have 5-6K.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it is a weekday too.
Yes, I think that's.
I thought the views were
main
actually
thing.
pretty good.
Yeah, I think the weekend is gonna be insane. Touching on that same subject, it's amazing that Blizzard actually promoted it, even if it's
Oh, that's true.
Wings of Liberty, like no one's playing it, but like it shows the intention that they have to promote future tournaments, and I think that's amazing. People are kind of negative about it, and it's like, yeah, I don't give a shit if it's been done. It's a good thing.
I'm trying to find that promotion screenshot that was on Reddit, just so people can see what it was. It's actually, it's so good that they're doing that now.
Yes, it's
Yeah, that's fantastic.
player, team, and tournament will be appreciating that sort of thing. That's like that can bring in more casuals, that
Oh,
are fucking
definitely.
playing
Oh, yeah,
the campaign
definitely.
than
Yeah.
anything we can do can. So
Because seriously, anyone that's cool enough to buy StarCraft as soon as they see esports is going to be hooked.
yeah.
It's true. Well, I can't seem to find it. Basically, when he logged in, it was just the entire background was IEM themed. It was really awesome to see.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, the shot that they took and everything, it was like really representative of the tournament.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't wait to see that. I hope that they do that for GSL this weekend. I hope they do that for every event.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
GSL.
Like it's the first time they do it for a non-Blizzard event.
I really
So
should find this so
that
people
was-
could see it.
That was nice.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
What
Can we
about?
talk about Stefano? He's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Go ahead,
my
man.
Yes,
Go
he-
ahead.
You know what I liked though? Hold on. Because you know how he was saying he played 10 hours? And then straight up QXC and Hearthstone were like, no, I think he's lying. Just straight up, I don't think this is true.
Did he call him out?
That. They called him out immediately on stream. They were like, no, I don't think you only played 10 hours of Heart of the Swarm. And the thing is, I don't think he did either. Like, I love that they called him out because we had so many people like this in Brood War that pretended they'd never played. Like, Mondragi's like, well, I don't know, I'm just out of practice, but he's actually the only person that never quit. Like, but they just say that, and then they get this legend about them where, like, this guy doesn't practice, he's natural talent only. And it's like, well, no, everyone has to practice a lot. The game is really hard.
Yeah, but I mean, there's people that don't, like, Stefano said that himself that he hasn't practiced a lot, but there's people, like, it doesn't mean that he's not putting the time into the game, if that makes any sense. For example, I learned through I learned through practice because I experiment a lot. Like, you know, I do shit that may or may not work, and it's like sometimes it's stupid, and I'm like, that was like, I think like Stefano are better at thinking or analyzing, much like other people like Naniwa, or like, I know, for example, my roommate, like, he practices maybe 3 to 4 hours a day, but then he watches every single replay, and then he, like, theory crafts, and, you know, it doesn't mean that, like, if you're not playing the game the entire time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not putting a lot of time into the game. And
they have studies that thinking through a strategy game is something like, if you really focus on it and, like, try to play it through in your head and put a lot of thought into it. I heard some study a long time ago that that's like 85 or 90% as effective as actually playing the game.
Yeah.
For, like, chess and things, like, you can think through the moves, and that's almost as good as actually playing it. So that is something to consider. I still think he played more than 10 hours, but
oh, definitely more than 10 hours, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, there's it's also, like, different. You know how there's, like, studies that reveal this and stuff like that. Like, you know, like, we're not all good at everything. Some people are more visual and something like that sort of shit. Like, some people just learn different ways. It doesn't mean that they're not putting in the time or something like that. Like, sometimes I'm taking a shower, and that's when I'll think of my best builds and, like, run out of the shower, like, get dressed and try it out, you know?
I try my builds out naked when I do that, but yeah.
It's like the 80-20 rule or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like where 80% of your time goes to, like, the 20% that, like, or something like that. I don't know the exact.
No, I've heard of that. It's like
yeah.
You get, like, wait, no. I'm gonna butcher it.
It's like a rule in economics or something like that. I've read about it too. So.
Like 20% of the time gets you 80% of the result, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, we spent too much time on this, guys. Let's go. God damn it! Stop talking about it. You're making my brain hurt.
It's awesome, though. It's awesome how much people learn. Like Succeed, for example, like, watches every single Protoss stream whenever, like, in, like, 1 to 2 hours a day. And it's like, okay, why are you watching that guy? Like, you're much better than him. And he's like, it doesn't mean that he can't do something that I can learn from. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
that's a good way to look at it.
I think Tim Ferriss talks a lot about the 80-20 rule like that. A lot of people are citing Sundance, pulling that quote out of his ass. Guys, Sundance didn't make that up. Come on now.
Yeah, it was me. Come on.
It was Theognis, guys. It wasn't Sundance. Well, what about Group C and B? Because I kind of jumped the gun and went straight for MVP. But any games you guys want to talk about there?
But no, he's just so good.
Oh,
Stefano, like,
he is a talent, like a ridiculous talent. There's no question.
Yeah, he restores my faith in Stefano every time I see him play. You know, every time I see him play, it's like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then, like, the next time, it's like, you know, I'm like, yeah, he's probably hasn't been playing a lot, or I watch, like, replays of his ladder games, or, you know, and I'm like, yeah, it's not all that impressive. But it's like when he's, like, because on the ladder, like, he tries stuff, or you know, like, sometimes he doesn't really care about, like, smaller tournaments or stuff like that, and he's more like just shitting around. But when he shows up, like, with his mind set to win, you know, and he's not just, like, fucking around, he's just so good. TLO completely outtanked him in game 1, like, better. He had a huge lead, and Stefano just, like,
oh, that was the Muta game, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
TLO
saw
was
that.
so far ahead. It was like the game was won. And then if you just like look at Stefano's decision making, it's amazing. It's like you can see like everything he's doing is geared towards something. Like he keeps pressing on that third, and he keeps pressing on that third, and he finds way to sneak around the lanes. And it's like he's getting pressured himself, but that doesn't stop him from pressure. I don't know. It was just amazing to watch his decision making more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted about it too. I was like, you know, TLO is such a great strategist, and it shows. And then Stefano just like Stefano'd him.
It was. I wonder how much truth there is in the post-game interview. I remember him saying like, I've heard that Mutalisk are good in Heart of the Swarm, so I tried them out here in this game against TLO, and it worked out pretty well." Like, do you honestly think that was the first time he's ever done something like that with Heart of the Swarm?
Oh no, of course not.
The way he did it was just it was so. He basically kind of defended until it was good enough, and it was the right enough time to go actually attack, where he knew he could actually beat the army of TLO. You know, it was.
Yeah, I mean, he knew his advantages like throughout the entire game, and every decision that he made was so smart. It was like, you know, it was like, okay, I'm behind the Mutas, like way behind the Mutas, but I have a third. He doesn't have a third, so I'll kill his third and try to hold mine. And if I can't hold it, at least I'll mine as much gas as possible, right? Like, that's like his thought process. Then later on, like, when he switched to Hydras, I was like, wow, that's like the best possible unit he could be making right now, because all TLO is Mutas, and he skipped the Baneling Nest. And in that situation, 80% of the players will forget that you skipped the Baneling Nest, you know? It's kind of like he really takes every game as a unique one.
Yeah, that's a great way to put that, because so many players just get into a mode where they're like, I'm doing my strategy. But if you can actually somehow, in the huge grind of a ridiculous amount of games you play, look at each game individually, some beautiful things can happen, man.
Yes.
What was I going to... I felt like ZVZ, you know, kind of stepping back as a spectator of this, was so much more fun than it was to watch in Wings of Liberty, simply because Infestors are no longer like the end-all unit when it comes to Mutalisk. Like, you don't get shit on when you make Mutalisk against Infestors. You can dodge the fungals for them, and it makes... I think it's going to make for a much better viewing of ZVZ compared to what we saw in Wings of Liberty.
But there's a lot of options. Go ahead.
I feel like I'm watching like a little bit too much Muta versus Muta.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think people aren't good with Infestors against the new Muta yet, because they're like, well, if I fungal these at all, it's going to be great. Well, right now, it's not. Like,
so,
you fungal them, they're going to run away and heal in 2 seconds.
Correct me. Yeah. Tell me how it works. So, can you predict a fungal shot on how Mutas are going to fly into them, or no? Is it not like that?
Well, there's a little bit of prediction.
I mean, if you're moving enough, if you see the Infestors, they're usually going to try to hit us.
Damn it. I think we lost
Cats
him this
just
time.
keeps on...
Fucking Peruvian internet. It's all those fucking Peruvian internet companies, man.
I tell you, man. In StarCraft 1, Peru was known for terrible lag.
I can vouch
Remember
for that,
playing
definitely.
Dark King Castro back in the day, Theognis?
Yeah, and like Jose's or whatever.
Oh, Jose's, no, man. Let's not bring up that
lagger,
name.
Oh,
He
man.
beat Boxer.
He beat Boxer, man. Come on. It's legendary. He'll go to the grave with that win.
Well, I do want to get his thoughts on that, but let's see who else in Group B and C. Dan, was there any big matches, or I guess Theognis as well, if you watched?
Where the groups at again? I lost that.
Yeah, I'll link them to you here.
All right, thanks.
1 second. We haven't even gotten to the playoffs, which I'm super excited for, more so than the groups, just because the game.
Can we also talk about MVP again? Like, he has like a new TVZ style that he's been doing.
Yeah,
it's
sure,
like the
sure.
bio plus mine.
Sure, go ahead.
It's a really cool style.
Talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, so he's been doing it recently. He basically opens up kind of like Wings of Liberty, but then he just goes into mass bio, like Marine Marauder. And like one of the weaknesses of Marine Marauder was just like they would just get like a ton of banelings, or they'll just go like Muta baneling. And then whenever you lose a battle, you would just lose all your medevacs. But now with like the speed boost, you can just run your medevacs away. And then also he just like supplements mines and that's for like map control. kill some of the banelings, and it's kind of like a mobile siege tank because like once you get that drilling claws, you can like move your mines really fast. And like I heard on like a last state of the game or something, like Ultralists are really powerful against bio, but when you add in like mines, it's actually really, really, really good against Ultralists. So I think that might just be like the new metagame when HUTS comes out.
That's so cool.
You need infestors as well. Infestors are
infestor plus like mass scaling.
Useful. Yeah, and especially against mines. Like you can fungal clumps of mines, and people don't realize that fungaling clumps of mines is actually more cost efficient than fungaling.
It's all about the mine splitting now. Marine Kings can show us that.
Who was I watching? Was it last night or the night before? It was, I think it was MVP last night on like. I was watching his mine usage, and he was so damn patient on when he would burrow them against Zerg when he was like pressuring. It was beautiful, man, because normally you just see him run in, but he like waited, like he let him take some damage and stuff. He was microing his other units, and right when the time was right, he went up and burrowed and had them just slaughter a bunch of stuff, and it was like, oh, wow, you're so good with mines.
It's really cool because when he upgrades, because usually when you're like researching 2-2, you would start your plus tank attack, but instead he researches like the plus tank armor, so like his mines can take more damage from Zerglings and stuff. And when the Broodlords come out, that translates to your air too, because you have that. So it's really good against like Mutalisk, Fungal, and Corruptors.
That's pretty sick, actually. Gives your Medivacs that extra armor too.
Have they been streaming, by the way, every single game? Because I know Theognis has that alt stream. Are they getting every single match?
I don't think they're getting everyone, but they're getting a lot. Okay. Like especially in the last 2 days where it was only one group. Like I saw a lot of the games. It was the first day it was like 2 groups at once, so it was a little bit less. But they've been doing a really good job with it. Even though sometimes I question the match they put up. I'm like, oh, you're making Snoop play like 12 in a row? What is this? He doesn't even have 12 matches.
Well, this looks
How did
like
you do that?
ZVT of old. Let's see if we can fast forward to something. This is MVP Golden match, game 3. I'm trying to see. Is this the Marine Marauder Widowmine push?
Yeah, and like on game 2, he went back and he just got totally stomped. So like he kept on coming back to this strategy.
This map seems really... I don't know how I feel about this map. Like just looking at
I don't think this map's any good, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like, it seems way too spread out.
Yeah, but like you can also get close position, so it's way too close. So
that's kind of shitty.
I hate this map PVZ, man. That third base. Try taking that third base as a Protoss. It's fun stuff.
Is the third base the one
you may
north
as well go
or
8 gates in a robo? Go up to 150, then take your third.
Holy crap! How is he? He's actually scaring this army of golden away. That's insanity, right?
Isn't this so neat? I love this because this is like.
Oh my God! They're the Widow Mines. Look at him just. Yeah, he GG's
really
before it even goes off.
Doesn't even care, man. Walks right up, lets him do his splash.
That's so funny. He GG's.
He's so patient with those mines. I love it. He like knows exactly what type of beating they take and everything. It's just awesome.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool because MVP, like, I actually found his account on Heart of the Swarm, and he's only played 100 to 110 games, so it's like not a lot at all.
Wow.
And yeah, he's like a barcode, so
that's pretty insane.
He's definitely a talent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without even looking at and looking at the playoffs, is MVP an easy choice to take this tournament? Or
yeah,
I think Yoda will take it.
I think you think Yoda will take it.
Yoda's pretty on fire, but
it's hard to say, man. Like if you look at the actual bracket, right?
Yeah, we got to pull it up now. So
MVP he's obviously up in the quarterfinals already. I actually think he makes it to the finals, like no matter what, almost. Like I mean, Yoda's great, but he's like he's MVP's teammate and it's TVT, and MVP is like, from what I hear, pretty decent at TVT over the years. You know?
Wow, like, Stefano actually has a pretty rough path, man. Holy shit.
Yoda beat Marine King lately, right? And didn't he beat him in GSL to go last time? I mean, like TVT is Yoda's in a pretty good spot.
Well, Yoda is like he's a good mecher and stuff too.
Yeah, I think that if they were in the opposite sides of the bracket, that would be the most likely final.
But I feel bad because wasn't Rhett just like on fire when he played? He got second in his group.
He played really well.
Was he just
man.
dominating kids?
Yeah, didn't
yeah,
he just
like
lose like one game?
He
Something like
went
that.
he went 4-1 over, or 4-1, 8-3 overall. So he
No.
lost
Yep.
3 maps, 1 series.
Yeah, like
yeah.
he lost. I didn't see the Yoda match, but I heard that Rhett like screwed that up a little bit.
Was he doing that Infestor
I heard that he was
style
winning
play or
game
no?
1 or something.
Like game 2, he scouted a proxy Rex and stopped it, and still lost. Like that game
can
2
bring
was
this
rough. Dismantled. It was this like Yoda opened Reaper and then did a little bit of damage, forced out the Lings, all the good things that Reapers do. Then
Here's
Red
game 2
took
right here.
his third. Yeah, Red took his third a little bit earlier than he could defend it, in my opinion. But that's the only time. Like, if he hadn't taken it there, it would have been blocked by a mine until he got a lair, so it would have been pretty delayed. But that would have ended up being a lot better because turns out he couldn't hold his third, and he had just like he had like 1 energy less than he needed to transfuse it, which would have temporarily saved it, but at least that would have been a pretty, like, it would have kept him in the game. But once he lost his third, it kind of just went downfold, and yeah. And other than that, Red played really well, I think, but MC's play was really bad. Like, I thought MC wasn't MC.
You know, maybe he made it too far in GSL because, I mean, MC. I feel like with the new stuff that's in Heart of the Swarm, this game was like, he should be even better at this than Wings of Liberty. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's even more ways for Protoss to come back from stuff, and the Mothership Core has Town Portal. So like MC's attacks, he doesn't have to ever lose units during. So I don't know, man. Maybe he got too deep in GSL. You know, just had to practice Wings of Liberty too long or something.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I don't think he did anything that stood out as a Heart of the Storm build.
Yeah.
And like people misunderstand sometimes Heart of the Storm player. He didn't make new units, so he's not playing Heart of the Storm. But like the metagame is completely different, that there's a lot of units that changed. So, you know, if they're not making Heart of the Storm units, that doesn't mean that they're not playing Heart of the Storm. And MC just didn't seem to be playing Heart of the Storm. His response to the Storm hosts of Red in game 2 were just, it was like, what is he? You know, he was just like standing on top of like 20 Storm hosts without an observer, and I don't know, it was weird. It was weird to watch.
Was Rhett the only player that was using Swarm hosts a lot?
Snoot used Swarm host, right? I'm fairly certain Snoot was using them, but I don't think he was using them very well. I think Snoot maybe was the biggest underperformer at the tournament, unfortunately.
I saw in, I think it was TLO Stefano game 2. TLO tried to use them, and it was just like a massacre. Like it just did not go well.
He didn't hit
for
the
him
critical
at all.
mass, so he just like died.
He
had 3, and I think he got
behind
hit
early on.
Yeah.
He got behind early on by like trying to poke it at Stefano. That wasn't even a close game. It was hard to watch, but he was pretty. Stefano was in pretty much the same position that TLO was in game 1, except he didn't give TLO a chance to a good choice by TLO though, because you know it could have brought him back, but otherwise, Snoot, I feel so sorry for him though. Like you said, he was the biggest underperformer, I think, and I would hate it if people thought that Home Story Cup was a fluke because he really is a fantastic and a really hard-working player. So I was hoping he would do a little bit better, and he certainly can.
Did he play a lot of Heart of the Swarm? Because I imagine he would have. But
he played
like,
a decent amount.
I felt like out of the games I saw, Snoots had the least understanding of Heart of the Swarm. If that, I don't want to be like cruel or something, but just the way that like he was using some of the units, I was like, oh, I don't know if this. I don't feel like this looks as good as Slivko or Nurcio or Rhett or Violet or Stefano or Golden or TLO. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
when he was using the units, I'm like, is that how you use that?
Yeah,
maybe he just had a bad run. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he had a bad run, and I think it's really easy to you know, to look that way if nothing you're doing is working, especially if you're like doing stuff out of the box and then it doesn't work and you don't know how it's supposed to pan out because you haven't really seen it before. So it's you don't know where the mistake was exactly, and it just looks like shit. I think he fell apart a little bit, but
well, they actually had him on stage like almost every game too. And when you're not doing well and you're sitting up at that stage constantly, I'm sure that had to affect him somewhat as well, as opposed to just having a calm match, you know, with no observers or something.
Well, they hyped him a lot going into the event too. Carmack did that. They actually pushed that, I guess, pre-interview they did with him where he was acting like a rapper. I didn't understand it, but there's some interview that they were pushing a lot. So I don't know whether it was just like a mental state or, like you said, maybe he did get too far in GSL and he's playing too much wings. Another player which I guess slipped under my radar, Violet just terrorized his group going 5-0.
I'm not surprised.
3 of the games were close. It was a 10-3 overall score with a 5-0 match, or sorry, series win, but he was just dominating kids.
He was a badass, man. He killed it. He knew exactly how to do everything.
Yeah, I think that anyone, like there was, like, he was expected to win against everyone in that group. And I think if like Violet could make it very far. Like Violet could, like, I think upset someone in the finals maybe.
Yeah,
really.
He has the potential to do that. Like, he really knows what he's doing. But with the people coming up for him, like
first,
I mean, I could see Dream taking him out, maybe even first. I didn't actually get to see first games. I don't think I saw any of first games because they mostly did Group A on the stream. But
yeah,
I don't know. He's got that's like a tough area. I don't think Violet's going to win the tournament. Like, I mean, if he gets through Dreamer first, then he's probably going to hit Younghwa.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be Stinger Red.
I think he definitely has the easier bracket.
Well, I mean, we look at the Yoda parting Stefano trio, and that's like, oh,
that's pretty insane. And then MVP right above him. So
I know, right?
That is pretty insane. It's awesome to see 4 Terran, 4 Zerg, 4 Protoss in the best of 12. That is, or not best of 12, but the top 12.
Isn't that nice? That's actually
pretty nice.
I love that.
Racial diversity. Which
it's already balanced, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny because, like, people are going to scream, it's balanced, you don't have to do anything. But, I mean, come on now. Like, there's no way.
I mean, it looks pretty, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. So,
and it's such great matches up there too. Like this, I'm so stoked about.
What
these
is the first match? If Parting Stefano is not the first match, then
it's Nurcio Mana.
Oh, they're gonna go straight down the line like that? Do you know?
Oh. They always go straight down.
I wonder if they've said that.
They just I've like cast their events before and watched a lot of them, and they just every time I've seen it, they just go straight down the bracket. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to do the 4 in the round of 12, and then MVP Yoda Younghwa, and then they're going to leave the Violet versus whoever and everything else. I believe that's how they do it, because they stretch it to that extra day.
Yeah.
And they want to have enough matches. They don't want to have just 3 matches.
Is today the first day that CBIT is open to the public? Because the past 2 days have been kind of quiet inside of the
I thought yesterday it was.
I know that they changed their entire, like all the casters changed their attire, and I don't know if that was because it was sponsor day or if it was like they were open to the public day or what. But everyone was wearing suits and stuff.
I know the first day it was closed. There was no one in that audience.
Yeah, there was no one at all. It was very quiet.
I don't know though. I just don't know.
Well, let's go across the board here, and I don't want to do full prediction. Let's do top 3. Let's do top 3. So I'll throw. We haven't really given Theognis that much time to talk tonight, so now we're gonna put him on the spot. Theognis, who are the top 3 in order? First, second, third.
In order, I think MVP is definitely gonna get number 1. He's just been really innovative, and how's his injury? Is he like fully healed yet? I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't think he'll ever be.
He still has it, but like I don't know how badly it's bothering him right now.
But yeah, I put him as number 1, and then for some reason I feel like Stefano's going to get top 3.
Yeah.
Just seeing him in like the yesterday, it was like really really good, and I don't even play Zerg, and I was like just watching it just because like I wanted to see like his decision making and stuff like that. And then I'm probably going to put either Younghwa or Violet. I think I'm gonna put Violet number 3. So.
Before we jump on, there was an interview with Caldor, I think, and he also had a tweet last night or maybe the night before where he was saying it's time to finally get back to I think a real tournament is what he called it. Do you think he plays better in tournaments like an IEM compared to a GSL or a Pro League? Just because of the mass gaming mentality where he's able to change up his style kind of on the fly?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he does.
He's even
I don't
said
think
in
he's a player
interviews.
that. Yeah, I don't think he's a player that's good at preparing so much as he is at reacting. So
yeah,
if his opponents are studying him, well, he's on the fly because he's that kind of cerebral. You know, like okay, I'm gonna do what I have to, like mad scientist kind of shit. You know.
Yeah. This is definitely better for him, I would say.
All right.
Yeah,
Dan?
there's been like interviews.
Oh, go ahead, Theognis.
Oh yeah. Like there was even like an interview on Reddit like the other day, and he even said that he does better in like these types of formats. So yeah, I definitely think so.
All right, Dan, your top 3.
It's so hard, man. Like MVP Yoda is so hard for me to predict right now, but I think MVP takes first place overall. I think Younghwa is going to make it to the finals and lose to MVP.
Wow.
And third place, oh god, that's so hard. I think third place is Yoda.
This isn't double limb, so choosing the top 3 is actually really stupid.
But do they have a third place match?
Do they?
Maybe, but I don't think Yoda and MVP or like Yoda and MVP play in the top 8, so I don't think they can both. Like one of them can be third. I might be wrong.
No, MVP Yoda play in the semis.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then.
Yeah, so that's my guess. Yeah, no, okay, third, fourth, they don't have the match because I'm looking at the prizes and third, fourth are the same.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that was a
top
dumb
4,
call by
I'm
me, but yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and name top 4 then.
Sure.
MVP and Yoda, and then Younghwa and Violet. As terrible as this is, like I could see Dream.
Damn, Dan, I wonder where you got those picks from.
I know it's a terrible thing, but like these guys are badasses, man. They're so good. I think MVP's gonna take it though. Like he looked
way too good, man.
So good, and I love that his styles and these matchups. It's so nice.
Yeah, I feel like he's just not going too hardcore into HOTS yet, and that mixed with his fucking mechanical mind and play that's just ungodly compared to everyone else's. Like, that's got to be why he's playing so well. So, Theognis, did you want to choose a 4th since I kind of fucked that up? Made you choose 3. Since I'm sure someone will compare this.
Because you already said MVP, Yoda, and Violet in the top 3.
Do you want to just do
I
Younghwa?
said Stefano.
No, he said Stefano.
Oh, Stefano.
Oh, okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Um,
You want to just say MVP, Yoda, Younghwa, and Violet like I did?
hey, no. I have to be different. I don't even know how to like pick it from the bracket. I'm like not really good with brackets and stuff. I'm gonna say Sting. I don't know if he can actually get up there. But.
That's a strong choice. I don't think that's a terrible choice either.
I don't think any of these choices in the top 12 are terrible. Like,
oh, this is like, look at this badassery.
Yeah.
Look at this badass bracket, man.
And it's awesome that every single bracket is like racially diverse. Like, there's not going to be there may be a mirror match, but if it happens, it's going to be in like the semifinals.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. It's that's definitely awesome.
And knowing
we don't
this,
see
it's
it.
probably going to be like MVP versus Yoda and Violet versus Rhett or some shit like that.
You know, like I want to touch on that. I think if Rhett can beat Sting, he can definitely upset Younghwa. I think Rhett's challenge is gonna be beating Sting. But if he beats Sting, I want to say he can beat Younghwa for sure. And then
well, who's your top 4 then, Katz? Since you're going.
Yoda first, MVP third, because he couldn't get second, right? After that.
If he loses to Yoda, no, I guess not. I guess he'd just be third, fourth.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Yoda, Younghwa, MVP, Violet.
Oh god.
Safe choices.
Unless Red beats Sting, and then Red's gonna.
Oh, they actually have the times here. Parting stuff. Yeah, they are going right down the line. Sorry to interrupt, but Dan was right. They're playing all the way till so they're saving Yonghwa's match, and so they're only doing the first two quarterfinals today, and then the next two and everything else.
No one predicted partying actually. That's kind of.
Isn't that weird?
That's
what
a
kind of
little
weird world do we live in right now where that can happen?
He's probably gonna win the whole fucking thing now. Like
He's
might,
playing
man.
amazing. I mean, he barely lost 1-2 to Yoda. He could have been 5-0 in his group easily.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess they didn't cast enough for like to see him in action. I guess.
maybe
He's
so.
been playing a lot of hot steam.
He almost really fucked up against Lithgow. Did anyone see that?
No. What match was it? I
He
can
had,
pull
like-
it up.
Oh,
He had like 1,000 Void Rays, and then he clumped them up.
yeah, no,
but he had a
Slivko
mother-
should have won that, actually. He
Yeah,
should have had
yeah.
that. He ran away with his infestors from mass clumped hurt Void Rays.
Yeah, like two more perfect fungals or 3 fungals, I think, would have definitely killed.
You know the
And
map?
And he had like
Like
7
something like
fungals
17.
right there.
Do you know what map
It
that
was
was,
like
Cats?
17. Yeah, he had.
That was on Newkirk.
Newkirk. Okay, here we go.
And
I'll just say
not
that-
just that, he
Newkirk City.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
he also like all that was left, he killed all the ground army, and all that was left was Void Rays, and he made 28 Corruptors.
There is absolutely nothing else you could do.
Dude, anything else he could have done.
So okay,
He was playing against
one of
pure
anything
Void
else.
Ray. Dude, he should have made 28 drones and made Spore Crawlers. Like
think
anything
this is
would
it
have been
right
better
there,
than
Dan.
this.
That's not. You know, that's not an answer. Like, tell me a unit that
Obviously,
he
but
could have made.
look,
instead.
no. He would have done better making more Infestors. He would have done better with a Hydra Switch.
No.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
English.
Dude, those Corruptors were
Infestors
never
against
going
mass
to do it.
Void Rays. Like chain fungal and Void Rays is almost impossible unless they clump everything.
Now
That
this
was
is
starting-
this is
But
actually
also
playing right now,
being-
by the way, if you watch on the stream. This
and
is
like
the map. They're the
the
battle.
infested Terrans. I mean, those die almost instantly. Then like Hydras.
I
you can't
know they
really
do, but
without
I mean, you may
upgrades.
as well waste Fungals for 100 years because Void
Really
Rays
slow.
are so good against Corruptors right now, man. Like,
They are.
Oh,
but
it
I
was
don't
so
think
sad.
like maybe if he had like Hydra upgrades and all like I doubt he had Hydra range. I doubt he had Hydra speed, and he definitely didn't have like
I don't
you know,
remember if he had any upgrades.
Hydra
But,
like attack upgrades. So
look, this is the sad part that we're about to see, though. And,
Oh.
No, but 28 Corruptors, I was like, oh, there's only Void Rays left.
Yeah.
Watch this now. Watch this. They're so fungled right now.
Yeah, they really. Holy shit!
All
they
the
really-
ground is about to die. Watch this. They're gonna get.
Yep.
Oh my god.
it's
This
the
is
best
so
possible fungals you can
Those
get.
are the
It's
best
like-
possible. That's so much
Yeah.
damage per second. Holy shit!
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that fungal right there. And look, now he starts to run. There's nothing left on the ground. There's two Templars
Oh my
coming.
God, he
They're
makes
doing
29.
Archon. Like, oh.
Yeah, the only thing I can imagine scared him is the fact that he was fighting like on a like he didn't really have an overseer. I don't think he didn't see
Yeah.
except
had
for
no
when he
vision
was
of it.
fungling. So yeah, like he probably couldn't tell if there were like units around, and that's why he was throwing infested Terrans too, to make sure that his infestors didn't die. But they were actually out of range of anything except for the Tempests, which are gonna kill them anyways. So I think Slivko get confused there. But that was definitely
Yeah.
Parting's mistake to clump. Look, now he's unclumping the Void Rays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, now he has all these Archons because he's playing against only Corruptor, and it's like, oh, that's never going to work.
Yeah.
This is a pretty.
That's-
This is the first time I've seen like a Sky Toss versus this type. I guess a Sky Zerg almost. It's pretty interesting.
A lot of games on the
it's
first
different,
day.
from ZVPs from Wings of Liberty. So that's why it's exciting to me.
I was kind of confused why Grubby wasn't going like the Sky Toss. Like,
Against Stefano, you mean?
yeah, against like Stefano, like he was just going.
I think
Storm
that was
Block.
just a mental block, to be honest. He like
It might
tried
be.
to Alin Stefano, which is the worst possible thing you can do against Stefano, I think. Because like I don't know if you guys were listening, but Grubby is was 35-1, like or 1-35 against Stefano in tournament games.
Wow.
Holy
So yeah,
shit.
like
You know what? That
that's-
sounds like it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you know what?
many
The
good
Ohana
ones.
game really broke my heart because that's the build he falls on Ohana so often. I can't tell you how many games that I've seen Grubby go for like an 8-gate +1 on Ohana against Zerg. Like he just does it so much. I feel like it's predictable and stuff. And
Well, two things. IEM, you guys are complete fucking badasses for having all of these VODs up from group play already. That is actually like, I don't know if tournaments have done that before, but IEM, you're fucking awesome because all these games just aired less than 24 hours ago, and every single VOD up is up from group play. So that's great. Second off, so far the tournament has just been, I mean, I can't. There's nothing wrong about the tournament that I can see. Like, everything's been great about it that they've put on. It's a completely awesome tournament. So that's actually all we got for State of the Game. So
sick.
We could do some shout outs here. Let me throw this idea out. And I think the reason I'm going to throw it out is because I can't actually make it a show because I don't have access to these replays. But tournaments, if you want free content, here's what you do. You find a pivotal moment in a game of like a grand final or semifinal or something like that. You get those same two players to resume the replay and play the game out again and see if they can beat each other.
I think that they wouldn't want to.
You
I think pros
so?
would not. I think they'd rebel against that. I would
Really?
not do that. If I lost a tournament and you want me to do that, or if I won a tournament, you want me to do that. I don't
okay, then
want
what if you get two different pros of the same race and ask them to play that out?
You could do that. That's great content. I'd love to see that.
I mean that's 10 minutes maybe worth of content. It's very quick. Those are some YouTube hits, man. It's,
Yeah, anything that
some
has
hits.
like any features that haven't been used and they use it, it's gonna be an automatic awesome feat.
It's going to be awesome. The only reason that I give that out to people is because no one's going to give me fucking replays like that because tournaments don't release that shit.
No, IEM always releases their replays.
Oh,
Yeah.
They always do.
Yeah.
So
All right, guys.
Those replays, I'm sure. Well, actually, no, they're on the beta client, right? Or is that the release client? I don't know.
I don't know
but
what client that is. That's
I
a
don't
good
know if they're
point.
releasing this time, but they
Pretty cool.
normally do. They normally
Will the
do.
beta
I was-
replays work on like the new server?
I don't know. You might have to like downgrade the client maybe. If you
I don't
can
know.
even do that to the beta client. I don't know.
Yeah. I
Like,
seriously
I don't
hope
even
so.
remember I don't even remember which game it was, but I remember someone being like, "Nah, he was that." And I was like, "No, he had that." You know, like
Yeah, exactly.
oh, well,
And then
we'll just
you
play
fucking
it
put
when
the
the
two
replay-
people in there, resume at that exact moment, and you play that match. Like, that is incredible. That is fucking incredible content that's 10 minutes long. It's perfect for YouTube. You can make a channel off of it. And I'm sad that I gave that away, but whatever. Someone else do
Don't
it.
be sad. Yeah.
Someone else do it.
Let's host.
Someone should do it,
Let's
man.
host a show. Let's host a show called "Can You Lucifron?" And then we play the 6-pool game and see who can.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
And then after 400 people have won against that,
That's
replay
the
back
show.
and-
That's the show.
That
Each
is-
week we bring on a new person. We see if they lose to it.
dude, if I'm Lucifron, man, I'm pulling my hair out still. That I clicked on that. Like,
Oh shit.
what a mistake.
That's awesome.
what's sad.
All right, let's do some shout outs here and wrap the show up because we all got to go watch Dan lose to the final
Right.
mission.
I just booted up the stream, guys. It's
There you
almost
go.
time.
There you go. And I got to play some more fucking Sim City because it's crack. I need it right now. Dan, do some shout outs.
Shout outs to TT Esports, my sponsor. They're awesome. They let me, because of them, I can like stream a lot and things like that. And check out my stream right now. I just turned it on twitch.tv/Artosis. I've lost the brutal campaign on the final level a bunch of times already, but I have a new strat, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to beat it now. As soon as JP turns this off, I'm going.
And I'm going to be in there getting banned globally from Twitch because I'm spamming once again.
It's because you're a hater, man. That's why.
Belay that level.
There you go. Belay that level. Cats, do some shout outs, buddy. Uh-oh. Cats? Talking to you.
Cats.
I'm sorry. My internet's like laggy, so
No problem.
I get the cats. I'm talking to you pretty late. I'm just gonna continue talking because by the time you guys react to this, I will. Yeah.
Cats is smart, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much to my sponsor via Twitch, and of course Das Keywords, which is the best keyword ever
Are
made.
they as loud
And,
as this keyboard that Dan's using?
It's
'Cause
yeah,
he's really
it's probably
being rude
louder
right now,
if you-
interrupting.
It's
you.
not louder than this keyboard.
If it's yeah, check this out.
Especially if you get the blue keys. Definitely
Yeah,
need to get
yeah, I
the
got the
blue
blue
keys.
ones. And yeah, the brown ones otherwise are not that loud. But you know, just in real life where brown people are. And yeah, get JP to invite me to his roleplay show because I really want to play in that. And I want to apologize to Reddit people that may be watching the show for whining a lot over the last few days.
Oh.
I've been well, I've been stating my strong opinions, perhaps a little bit too much.
Good. More people should. More people should.
I think
Cats.
more people should, but since no one is, I just look like a douchebag.
Well, fuck it.
On State of the Game?
No,
no,
he's just saying
in
on
general
Twitter
on
and
Reddit.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh. No, man, I love
Belay that apology, Cats. Belay
Because
it.
if you have a strong opinion, you actually care about something, and that I like that.
Exactly. Show some passion, man.
Nice.
Fuck the haters, Cats. Keep saying what you're saying. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Cirque's underpowered as fuck, guys. So
There you go. Theognis. You got any shoutouts?
Right.
Yeah, just thanks to Root Gaming and sponsors DOS Keyboard, Rush Order Tees, Avermedia, and Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. It's Root Theognis, and my stream. I stream every day. Currently, I'm just streaming like Wings Delivery, so it's a little bit boring for me. But I commentate all my games, like just strategy, like everything. I go over my replays after the game too. So yeah, just follow me on Twitch too. It's twitch.tv/RootTheognis.
There you go. And what else? I think that's it. Everyone go over to twitch.tv/Artosis. Watch him play.
Watch me fail at this again, even
Watch
though
him
I
fail.
think I have the perfect
It's gonna be
strategy this time.
fucking glorious. I'm gonna go get a beer and watch with Sir Tasteless and laugh our asses off as we watch the Tosis fail. Thanks everyone. By the way, the past couple of days here, we've been getting a lot of viewership for SimCity. I will probably be streaming that within an hour or so. I got to get the VOD up and things for this. And
Wait till I'm done, JP.
I might wait till he's done. Although the StarCraft 2 audience really doesn't want to watch SimCity, so it doesn't matter. Oh, and thank
Dude,
you.
I love seeing a good SimCity. Keeps the Zerglings out.
There you go. Thanks to all the new subs the past couple of days. You guys are awesome. Other than that, this has been State of the Game. We will see you. Oh, we got to talk about this real quick. Dan, next week, can we do State of the Game on Wednesday?
No. I'll be in France still.
Can we do it on Thursday?
No. Has to be my normal. It has to be normal time, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be on an airplane.
Fuck.
All right. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, it's MLG. I gotta drive down to the venue and stuff, man.
We'll
figure it out.
We'll talk about our times. We'll figure something out. We'll make one.
Stay tuned to me and Dan's Twitter, and we will announce when State of the Game's gonna be next week. But that's it. We'll see you guys then. Peace.
Yeah. See you guys. Go to my stream.
Gotta say is it's an honor to play you Teeler. And let's give the audience a show of a lifetime.
Oh.